Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our monthly angel energy reading for the month of March 2022. So, first of all, I'd like to welcome all of you back to this series, and it's been a while, and I thank you for being a little bit patient during my initial recovery during the holidays, and then as I've been going through some transitions, with the business as it is, that you may not know, some of you, but the name of the Angel School will be changing to Angelic Wisdom, and under my new LLC. So that is one thing that's been going on, and it's been a lot of things I'm still working on to develop this, and new logos, new all kinds of things that are going to be unfolding, and so eventually you'll just hear me welcome you from Angelic Wisdom channel. So just ask for all your continued prayers. Also, within the next week or two, but I doubt it'll be probably in a week, I will be presenting the logo designs that we've kind of narrowed it down to, and to kind of get some feedback. So I'll probably be doing a post on this channel, and on my Facebook page and on Twitter, if I can figure all those things out, to get some feedback and what you like and what you think really captures the spirit of my work with the angels, and the work that we share and do here together. Also, if you like an angel reading with me, you can go to my webpage, current webpage, theangelschool.com /services. There's a link below this video that will take you directly there. My first time promotional offer and angel reading will be available to everyone who is getting a reading with me for the first time this year. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you've had to use this in the past. It's now available for everyone as a first time reading for this year, starting with the month of February. Okay, so if you've had a reading with me, if you haven't had a reading with me prior to the month of February, then that offer will be available to you for the month of February on throughout this year. Okay, so let's take a deep breath. And I'm just going to ask you to tune in to your heart space. And they are showing me a witch's hat, which is my symbol for spiritual power. So they're already indicating that this is going to be a very powerful month for you of spiritual power that has to do with your intuition, your abilities to manifest dreams and goals for yourself. It gives me a sense of you just really, they're showing me feet, like as if that you're going to be taking some kind of path. All right, well, they're showing me feet with shoes. So that's gives me a sense that you're preparing, you're ready to start the journey, and that you have what you need to do that. There's also a sense in this month of enormous opportunities and the ability to transform your life. And I'm sort of seeing a goat, or like the Capricorn. So it's giving me a sense of determination and sticking with it. And it's almost like you have a conviction of some nature about what you want to do. and that you're going to go about it in very practical ways, that you're going to have clear ideas. So, it feels like that your energy is going to be very grounded. And for some of you who may not be used to that, like me, this is really helpful, where we feel really grounded, like we're fully embodying the experiences that we're having, and that we're not going to give up. It could be that storms and challenges could come, but you are strong enough, you're sturdy enough, your purpose is clear to you, and that you're willing to take that climb up any mountain, no matter what it what the details of that might be for you, and that you'll reach that peak where you'll be able to look and really see at the end what you have been able to accomplish with your dedication, your efforts, and your commitment to staying focused. So staying focused is really going to be important, because we can tend to disassociate. We talked about this in last week's video, where we have that sort of fear flight response. We disassociate. That's when we get ungrounded. And when you do that, you're cheating yourself, because your spiritual power, and what I mean by your spiritual power is that your I am presence is now fully embodying your experiences, or has the ability, it's giving you the gift of being able to do so. And all you have to do is really connect in and call upon your I am presence. Really affirm and state it, I am my I am presence. And I am one with the I am presence of our Father, Mother, God. And just allow yourself to feel the awakening and the surge of power and gifts and resources and ideas that come as a result of this. Really affirm this every day and throughout your day. Take a deep breath and then affirm. And then be patient. Listen to your heart. There's your fears. They're loud. They know how to talk to you. You will know how to, it's just so interesting that what we're basically doing here is spending our time reacquainting ourselves with our higher self, because so much emphasis and is placed on the ego's voice that we're comfortable with it. And when the higher self comes in, it makes the ego uncomfortable. The ego actually feels threatened. And a lot of our fear responses is just that. It is your ego feeling threatened by its own security, its complacency. And your higher self, when it presents its plan, it seems at first, because your higher self has basically sort of numbed you, it's like I hate to put it this way, but it's like we're high on its influence. And I mean that in the literal sense, as if we're drugged up on this influence of fear. And when we're high on it, we can't hear that higher voice. We can't hear those messages, the encouragement, the truth. We only hear our fears, our skepticism, our paranoia, our suspicions, our obsessions. All of these things, compulsions, all of these things are the high, what it's like to be high on the influence of your ego and incapacitated and detached from your divine will. And we got to just call it like it is. And the challenges that you're going through just is reduced to this experience. the threat that you feel. I can think about all the times that growing up, when I was asked to sing or had to perform, I was deathly afraid. And I know it's linked to past life experience, but all that time, that was really my ego's response to the limiting aspects of past experiences. And afraid to grow, afraid to see how much growth has happened, what we've learned from those experiences. That's where the wisdom comes in. And the right and expression, we have to give that wisdom, the enlightenment that we've gained from what was perceived as a negative experience, but we grow, we learn, and we have to give it a chance to express itself, to reveal itself, what was learned. And your ego creates this wall, it induces this sort of high so that you sort of numb out your fears and your pain by the beliefs that it's telling you, that everything it's telling you is to keep you safe, to keep you comfortable, to keep you from feeling pain. So just keep listening to my voice. Keep listening to the illusions. Be afraid of growing. Be afraid of stepping out and seeing what the truth might actually be. We know some of you might be very afraid of expressing your gifts, your spiritual knowledge, because you're afraid of what people might say and how they're going to react. And that's just your ego afraid of that expansion and having to be responsible for what might come. And remember, the ego is really nothing. And it doesn't have any guidance for you. So that's why, out of its own ignorance, it perpetuates the idea of fear so that we don't take what it perceives as risk, which are really opportunities. I don't know if you just felt that break in your heart, in the energy in your heart. I feel like there's a lot of pain and tension in the heart. It's interesting that as I was tuning in before the video, they were showing me the word death, as in the death card, and the 3 of swords. They showed me an image of the 3 of swords. And this suffering that card is about a block in communication to me. And numerically and elementally, those two, that number is about expansion. And the position of those swords is showing a block in communication. And the communication is with what? Your heart, which just represents symbolically your soul, your higher self. So your suffering is not the culmination of what you fear. Your suffering is the disallowing of your communication with your higher self and following the expansion that your heart is guiding for you. So you have power despite this message. It's an illusion. You know the steps you need to take despite your hesitation. It's an illusion. The only way that you're going to find out the truth is to move beyond the fear. Move through it. Just like when you see a mirage in a desert, you see all this water, and then the closer you get to it, you see the truth. It's just an illusion, a trick of the eye. And this is a deception of the mind and the heart, which we can no longer allowed to prevail. And this is also what is happening worldwide right now with this invasion in the Ukraine, because we can't allow our fears. So what am I trying to say? It is this idea that this mass ego has been trying to keep us from growing beyond where we are as a human race, to keep us from evolving. This aggression that has been going on for eons of time, this form of aggression, and it has so many heads like a Hydra, right? Has been threatening our sense of spiritual power. And they write in the word algorithms. I'm going to share this with you, but a friend of mine, we were talking about, how it would be ideal for college, for jobs, to create an education within their an educational program for the work they do, because the universities are so expensive that it's just, it's impossible for somebody to come up with the money, then have to worry about paying it off, and then trying to start their purpose in their life. It's a huge distraction. It's a deterrent if you don't have other means to cover that. And I don't know if you heard weeks back ago when I was talking about the spiritual algorithm, the ability, our power is within. And if we think something passionately, full of faith, fervor, inspiration in our imaginations, this creates the strongest frequency of light, like a star, like a planet glowing, and this idea gets transmitted to the higher consciousness and the collective consciousness, where it becomes this powerful influence that influences the spiritual algorithm, and it's almost like it goes viral, but on that plane of existence, and it then is downloaded into each one of us, the device of our consciousness, like a news feed, like when you go into your social media news feed and this one thing keeps coming up because there's advertisements. There's been a priority placed over it because of the value, in this case, spiritual value given to it. And one individual can do this alone. This is just how powerful the world, our ability to change the world is. And this Hydra of fear has caused us to feel that our inner power is diminished because we're always trying to fix things from the outside. And that work has to be done, but it has to be done through your guidance, through your heart's initiation and activation, in order for that influence of your physical efforts to be impactful. But where I'm going with this is, this conversation we had last month, and recently I looked in the paper, and Google has come up with this idea. And I've been seeing some of these things over the last couple of years happen. And what I want us to understand is that we need to really empower the potential of our imagination. Do not discredit this ability and this spiritual technology that exists, that we are not quite aware of, but that will be coming to the forefront of our understanding. It's coming to me through the angels, and something I want to begin to share with you in some kind of Zooms in a monthly basis. But let's not for now. So this is very important that you are aware that you no longer allow the Hydra of fear, of the ego, to intimidate you. And that is what we're doing now. Worldwide, we're all speaking up and we're not allowing ourselves to be intimidated by the Hydra of people who are truly the manifestation of the ego, and that is fear, because they are afraid. They are so disconnected from the awareness of what is their power that they have forgotten and have chosen a path of aggression and monopoly and manipulation in order to feel powerful, because they literally feel the way the ego does, like it's nothing, and that the only way to do that is to take it. But the real power is in each individual, whether that is a prayer of light that is offered that ignites the spiritual algorithm of the collective consciousness, or if it's crowds of people moving throughout the streets in protest, in peaceful protest, or whatever form of protest, or if it's nations taking actions that limit the access of that power, that Hydra of power. But the point is that this is not just, on one level, it's a world event, but it's also a spiritual event and a personal spiritual event within you. And in your own successes, in your own growth, in your own following of your heart, are you allowing yourself to be intimidated by the Hydra of your ego, which is just afraid, not evil, not bad, just afraid? And the thing about it is that many people don't like to hear this, but our compassion for those who are afraid, we're not saying to let them walk all over us. We have to show them that they're wrong in a way that, again, is guided by your heart, because your heart will tell you exactly how to do it, because it knows how to reach them, because it's coming from the oneness that's within you that is also within them. But we must do our part, and our biggest part is not just the correcting. That's the I don't want to diminish it, but it's the menial work. The real work is the compassion. Once you correct or help somebody re-examine, you have to then pour your compassion. You have to help them to feel whole and loved, or they'll go back to what they have done before. And it's not just them. We all need this again personally. This is each and every one of our personal spiritual lessons at this time. Okay, let's take a look at the format here is I'm working with the Archangel Oracle cards by Dinah Cooper, and then I'm going to keep the format where on the left it's a card from the Major Arcana, which tells us the big theme for the month, the major lesson, etc. And then the lesser lesson, the day-to-day, and how the Major Arcana lesson may be unfolding in your life. Oops, sorry, but I didn't see it yet. So, and how you can work with that energy. So let's start here first. And we have Lady Gaia. Now, Lady Gaia, and this is just so perfect and appropriate for what we were just talking about, because Lady Gaia is a ninth dimensional throne angel. The throne angels oversee planets and stars. They sing the frequency, the vibration, the sonics that keeps that planet or that star in balance with its own essence. And as in astrology, how we've come to associate certain essences with the various planets, characteristics. The angel, the throne angel, knows that as the planet's blueprint or divine mission. So the song is the the sonic is the song of its divine mission. I saw the word cornucopia. And one song that Lady Gaia sings for the balance of the essence of the planet Earth is a song of abundance. This planet is abundant and rich in so many things, in so many ways. And the planet is also rich, a rich cornucopia of lessons, divine lessons, and personal missions. And we forget that. We forget that this is a school. The Earth's mission is a school. And in order for a school like this cornucopia, it has to be also rich in terms of abundance, but in lessons, gifts, so a mix of so many beautiful and wonderful things. Creation, our ability to create and manifest is also a part of this cornucopia of gifts that comes out of the cornucopia of Lady Gaia. You've been called here by a great song of love. Lady Gaia, everything that is on the planet Earth is a part of Lady Gaia. That includes your bodies, your organs, and your cells. Every physical thing is watched over by this angel and the thousands of angels that work with her to hold the unique expression, and that is to say, the energy signature of this planet. And your cells and your heart and your organs, every aspect, your bones are resonating with her care and with this concept of cornucopia, a mixture of so many beautiful things. And there, you were called here out of a song of love and hope. Your essence, your soul's essence, your spiritual frequency with your body, both soul and body, is a song of hope. It is an ancient memory. It's an ancient memory of hope and love, peace and harmony. There is nothing outside of you that can do anything better than you, than this activation, this song that is your soul. There is nothing, there's no greater song outside of you than that song. You have body elementals, and we have elementals that these are the angels that we're referring to, the elementals, the sylphs, the salamanders, the undines, and the nature fae or fairy, as some know them to be, mer people, etc. They are all the angels of Lady Gaia, and your soul is an earth angel of Lady Gaia because you accepted the call to be here and to hold the hope that would sustain, that does in fact sustain the planet. And although we're going through our lessons and we see people who are trying to take over with aggression, using the Hydra of fear through various mediums, right? But that song of hope still resonates within them. It sings loudly. They just can't hear it. They cannot diminish what they are. They can cut themselves off. When you and I feel god awful, it's not because our light was diminished. Our song of essence, or that song of hope, the essence of our song stops singing. This is not at all. This is the ego overlays an illusion around this truth. You just get cut off from the awareness of it. And this is what causes dysfunction. When we all start to follow the voice of fear over the voice of love within us. We all have the medicine within us. The planet has the medicine to heal our bodies, and we have the medicine within our hearts to heal the world and each other. We have within us the glue to glue us back together, to create a picture of wholeness and oneness again. So the card says, your challenges are lessons. You are loved and welcomed on earth. And that's what she means. She called you here with a song of love. And your soul sang back hope. And this hope and love is in a sort of twin flame love relationship, or twin flame romance, but it's a spiritual one, and it's one of expression. And that's why you're here to express your gifts, not to be deterred in any way. And when you are, by your own allowing a fear to project, or the Hydra to intimidate you, this is why you feel god awful. And this is the only thing that you can do is forgive yourself. And the only way to forgive yourself is to be compassionate towards yourself. And this will restore your voice and your connection to the voice of all that is. All right, boy, how beautiful. So, look at this, the wise counselor. This is the traditional Hierophant card, the number 5. First thing that our major lesson for this month is change. And the Hierophant, or here called the wise counselor, connects us, is the medium between the voice of heaven and the voice of Lady Gaia. Archangel Raphael is coming through as he wants to pour into you his emerald green light to help heal the stuck, the shame, the guilt, because when we allow ourselves to be induced by the high of our ego, we feel ashamed. When we have lucid moments, we go into shame, and then we revert back to the patterns that led us to that state. And so you have to open your heart now. Open every cell of your body just by intention. Just say yes in your heart. Every veil of illusion that surrounds you, and just say yes in your heart. Open every veil of illusion to the Archangel Raphael to flourish, to pour throughout his healing emerald green flame of abundance and vitality. And I don't know why he wrote the word essay, but you have an essay of reasons within you, belief systems that would try to contradict this healing, you have no way of knowing what all of them are. Even if you sat and did nothing but pay attention and listen and read, you still wouldn't get to them all. So let go of the idea in this moment that you have to do something. I got to do this. Yes, take it from me. No, just be. Be. The more you focus on being, the more will be released from you. It says belonging, learning, and traditions. And I believe that these things are some of the things that are going to be undone, because these are the things sometimes that also holds us back. Because a lot of it, we don't even understand why we're in it. We just do it out of a sense of, routine. All right, let's take a look at the card from your guardian angel, from the Minor Arcana. This is from the Guardian Angel Tarot. It was a new deck. And here we have the 3 of Water. So this is about where we need to focus. We need to focus in our connections with our loved ones, our families, however you define them, whether it's birth or your soul tribe. But we really need to come together and offer each other compassion in this month. So don't react to the Hydra of your ego, of fear. Instead, go within. Look for ways to love them, to help. Sometimes it's just to listen. Sometimes it's just to stand still. Sometimes it's just to let it wash over you and be a mirror. And when we are not compassionate, truly compassionate, in an authentic way, and you say, "But I stand there and that person humiliates me," that reaction to worrying about yourself takes you out of the position of being the mirror. But at the same time, you shouldn't try to make your face strong or anything like this, because then you wouldn't be the mirror. You need to let it wash through you, trusting that you need to be the mirror so that they can see exactly the illusion and, for lack of a better word, the monster that they are portraying. Only when they see it in the mirror will they be able to heal, to be startled by what they see. And I know that's a lot that I'm asking. And trust me, I don't know if I could do it either. But it's going to give me something to think about, the insight about it. Because we are each other's keeper, brothers and sisters. Think about your immediate family. We take a lot from our brothers and sisters and our parents. Why? That we wouldn't take from other people? Because we love them. Deep down, no matter how much we hate to, we just do. But it's the reason for the dynamic that the family unit is so difficult, because that is the same kind of love that we must carry to everyone else. If we love them no matter what, we have to love everybody else no matter what, because we're all one large spiritual family. And that, until we get that, the Hydra of fear will always be able to separate us. It will always be able to manipulate us against the other. This is why we can't find harmony, unity in government or in governing, in our relationships in all of their various forms throughout the society, because of this that we cannot adhere to, because our ego has pride and needs to protect itself and fight back. That kind of thing. And we know, for those of us who tried it, some of us live that way, but for those who've tried it, we know that when we try to get aggressive back, match the person. So being a mirror doesn't mean that you do anything. You stand still like a mirror. There's the other idea of mirroring where you actually give the person back what they're giving, but they can't see it because all they do is they see you. They keep reacting to you. And we all know it just drains you of energy, and it just keeps repeating that pattern, that unhealthy pattern over and over again. This mirror that they're proposing, when you stand there in your awareness, you remember, this is not about me. This is an opportunity for that person to heal. And I am shielded because your angels will stand there and shield you. They will shield you in a soft peace. They will make sure that nothing energetically attacks you, but that what you need to be, how you need to respond in order for that person to see. And you can't calculate this because it could be pure love that you start to feel as you see the illusion that they are projecting. And when they see that you see it, that's when you're the mirror. Again, I know this is insane, but everything else just keeps perpetuating it. It's a band-aid. It doesn't, and they write power. It erodes our own awareness of our power so that we feel victimized and helpless. I don't know why they're showing me the balls of some bull right while I was saying that. But I guess it's this idea of toxic masculinity. And whether you're female or child or male, we all play into this. And until we stop with this activating it, we will not be able to fall into balance, into oneness, into this balanced whole state of the divine masculine and feminine. Again, remember this year is the number 6, is about important choices, cooperation, harmony. We, in this year 2022, we are being called to make that choice collectively. And you who are listening to me, as I am listening to it myself, though we may not be large in numbers, but wherever we go, contact, think about how easy it was for the virus to spread. Then you will understand that this empowerment is also easily able to spread as quickly. I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful month of March. And to all of you who are my fellow Pisceans, as this is my birthday month as well, happy birthday to you.